back to another technical session, and this one is going to be to answer a question, but essentially if you are upgrading your server from 1.14 pre-release where you can create God Armour to a later one like 1.14.4 where you can't, what happens if you want to make some changes to your God Armour? Can you add extra things which you haven't managed to find yet? And if you can, what happens? Will it work? Will it crash? Will it remove some of the protections that you already had? That's what I want to find out. Just have a look in the inventory and let's have a look, see what we've got. So we have Unbreaking 3, Projectile Protection 4, Protection 3, Blast Protection 4. But there's no fire protection. So I would assume that won't be possible to add that. But as I've got fire protection on most of the rest of this, I'm not too bothered. I just want to move on. I want to upgrade the server. What I do want to be able to add though will be mending. So once we get a mending villager, I'd like to be able to add mending to all of these. Now if they end up too expensive, then okay, fair enough. Then I'll probably just have to fix them with diamonds. So let's do the experiment. Now how can we do this? So the answer to that is that I'm going to create a copy of this server and I'm going to upgrade it to 1.14.4 and then put it into creative mode, see if I can upgrade the armor and see what happens. So part of this session will be to have a look at the upgrade process for the server, so that could be useful for everybody. It's fairly straightforward. And the other thing is then to check this God Armour issue. So, I mean, if you think about how we set up the servers before, then I created a directory in the C drive of the Windows server and then called it Minecraft servers, and you go in there. That has all the servers that I've ever run. This is the one that needs to be copied. So just right click, copy, and right click somewhere, go paste. Okay, and you can see it says copy. So that is going to be our test. So I'm going to rename that God test. Okay. Now, as we're not actually going to set this up as a second server, it's just a test, we don't really have to change anything except for the game mode. So if I go in here and look at the server properties, so it says game mode survival. Game mode creative. Okay, so I've done that. Then I need to download the latest server. Okay, so no mystery here. Quick Google Minecraft server download. Okay, 1.14.4 jar. Okay, wait till this blue circle disappears. Okay, right, copy. I really wish they'd name these things though. It's just so annoying. Instead of just calling it server. Okay, I'm going to keep the original one and then rename this. That way I know what version I'm on when I look inside this folder. Try that again. Okay, so now I can see that the current version, or the most recent version that's in here, is 1.14.4. Previous version was 1.14.2 pre-2. Okay. So at this point it's going to try and open the files, and I'm not too sure exactly what happens when the update takes place, but it's going to be using the files from the previous version and then open them in the new version. It does take a surprising amount of time sometimes, and it does it all in the last second. Okay, so we have that running. Just minimize the server remote session and I'm back on the client. Now, latest release, I guess. How exciting. So I'm hoping there's not too many problems with this. It would be good to get something which is as stable as it's going to be before the next major release. It means I can start doing big projects like villages and iron farms and things like that. So, join and check. Okay. Okay, we're still in creative mode. The test, God Armour, can we update it? If we do, what happens? How do I get my armour on off? Survival inventory, okay, good. So let's give this a go. So what do I want then? I want a mending book. I need to give myself the XP I need. Yeah, so experience. Add. It's almost like Cisco. Ion Air. 500. Okay, so I need to get my armor off. Let's see what happens then. Okay. Looks like it's going to work fine. Mending is now on there. A bit more expensive on this one. So let's see, we've got 5 items on there, and we have 6. So we can add mending, that's no problem whatsoever. So let's see if we can add more protection. So that one doesn't have fire protection. It doesn't work. So that's fine. So there we go then. That's the answer. So essentially I can do what I want to do. I want to be able to update the server. Most of my armor's at a very good condition. Yes, it would be possible to add a few more things on it, but don't really need it that much. But what I do want is to have the mending on there. So I think we're good to migrate the server. That will be my next step. Okay, right, back on the server. The Windows server, but it is the Minecraft server. Can be confusing. I'm going to make another copy. And rename this 1.14.4. for a new world. And there's two things I need to copy from the God test. I'll copy those. And that's there we go. So I've got the new version in there. We need the server properties to remain the same. And I think that's ready to update. If anything goes wrong, we've got the original there. I've got an even older copy there. I might fire that up one day to see what's on there. So I think I'll just rename that as a backup. Okay. It's a shame I couldn't copy all those mending books. Never mind. There we go. Doing nothing at all. That's always a good sign. Okay, we're there. Let's jump on the server. Latest release. Alright, join the server. Just make sure it works. Have a quick run around. It's funny, it's like deja vu. It's exactly how it started last time. Of course it would be. The server was stopped in exactly the same state. This guy is always here. He practically lives here now. Oh, exact. So hopefully that was of interest and of use to you. It's quite an eye-opener to me. It's good just trying these experiments. It's the only way you're going to know what's going to happen when you make a change, is to try it for real. Good to move forward now. Bigger projects on the way. Looking forward to doing that. And hopefully see you on the next technical session. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.